All right. So welcome to the information session for the 99 Bishop Allen Drive solar RFP. So today we have Erica Schwartz from the Cambridge Redevelopment Authority. I'm Nicole Sanchez from Resident Energy, and we'll be going through some of the information for this building and the RFP that responders will want to know about, and then we'll be opening it up for questions. So today we wanted to start giving an introduction to the project and then look at some of the project documentation and give a little site overview, and then end with a timeline and an opening for questions and answers. So for this project, Resident is working with the Cambridge Redevelopment Authority to put on this request for proposals. The building already exists, but the site is undergoing some major renovations. So there will be a new roof, some structural work for that roof, which we'll talk about in a little bit, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC work, new windows protection system, masonry repair, and other upgrades that will meet accessibility and code compliance. So the roof will look a little bit differently from what the building looks like now, which is why we have some of the plans included in this presentation. In terms of timeline for solar, the plan is to install the solar project once the renovation is complete. So we're looking at fall of 2021. And then all eligible contractors for this RFP must adhere to Massachusetts prevailing wage law. We've included information about that on the RFP website. But if you have any questions about that, you can send an email to me. My email is nicole@resonant.energy, and I'll have that information at the end as well. Some key project information for this site. It's a 31.15 kilowatt DC proposed solar project with 93 335 watt panels. Solar Design Associates has already created the designs for this project and has submitted the interconnection application. So some of the scope of a full service solar project has already been completed. This will be financed through a solar purchase agreement or a prepaid power purchase agreement. And we can answer questions about that if folks have them. The racking system proposed for this site is a ballasted roof mount with mechanical attachment combination. And then this project is planned as a behind the meter system, and there's 3-phase service. So wanted to start us off with looking at the site drawing and then invite Erica to share with us some information about what's planned for this site. But here to start us off, we have information from Solar Design Associates, which we've included in the RFP. And here we show where the electrical room is, where the panels are planned for the roof, and what this overall layout looks like. And then Erica, do you want to tell us about the plans for the changes to the roof and structural system?
Sure. I mean, I can just say very generally. So we're replacing all of the roofing. All of the roofing material will be completely new. And we're doing some reinforcing in the attic of the roof. We're doing some reinforcing of columns and sistering of joints and this is being done because we knew we intended to put solar on. So the work being done now should be capable of specifically supporting the design that was just shown. And I guess we can discuss if we need to do further, engineering or testing to make sure, but the work being done now should be supporting the design that we have.
Great, yeah, and this is the plan for that new roof, and it's also reflected in the Solar Design Associates plans for the solar system. Yeah. So we've also put a zoom in of the electrical plans for the site. This is included as an attachment to the RFP, so this is an Exhibit D. And here you can just see the string layout for this site. And then in terms of equipment location for the balance of system equipment, I wanted to start with a little bit more zoomed in version of the design from Solar Design Associates, showing where that electrical room is. And then we'll look at a rendering of what this will look like on the side of the building. So here's this view of where the attachments, where the balance of system components will be mounted, and what this building will look like from this side in the future when the renovations are complete.
And I think on this slide, you know, there's then probably options for exactly where the boxes will go. We had someone on our team even say that maybe there was room behind, you know, for one of the boxes, you might not have to access that much, almost behind. I'm not sure what he meant by behind, but obviously the boxes aren't drawn here. So I think there's options for where they can go in that alley. And our building is just on the right. The left-hand side brick is a church, not our property.
Yeah, so this is the church and this is the building.
Correct.
Yeah, but nice to be able to envision what the space will look like. And I think do the measurements of the exterior of the building, will those be staying the same during the renovations?
Yeah, we're not changing any footprint of the building. Is that what you meant?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So from looking at the building as it is, we can get an idea of where that mounting would work. And this can just be a helpful like visual for seeing the completed renovations.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And I wanted to reiterate the timeline for the RFP and the different components of this. So we had posted the RFP on June 9th. Today is this virtual information session. So this is an opportunity to look at the site in more detail, and also a way to get some ideas for types of questions you might want to ask. The deadline for questions is June 21st. So before that deadline, you'll want to either go onto the website and submit a form for those questions, or email me at nicole@resonant.energy. Those questions will be gathering questions that are asked and writing responses to those questions and posting them on the RFP website by June 25th. And then all proposals are due by July 1st of this year. So that's the biggest deadline and timeline to keep in mind. After the proposal due date, we'll be working towards selection. And our goal is to have that selection happen by July 21st with an expected date of the contract execution of July 30th. And then again, the fall 2021, so fall of this year is when we're expecting that construction for the solar system to begin. And this timeline is also within the RFP on the website. So then I wanted to make sure folks had a place to submit questions. So please email me. This is my email, nicole@resonant.energy. And In the RFP, we've put what to include in the subject line, both for questions and for submitting your response. So we really hope to hear from you on this project. We're excited to see solar come to life on this building. And please let us know what questions you have.
Great.